Tom Taylor and Sian Tormey continue the rising as the Gamorra Corp makes Superman's job of dealing with the giant sea monster much harder when they decide to try and kill the monster and let Metropolis flood. Tom Taylor continues to build his wonderful Rising storyline, perfectly capturing what Superman is, but also changing it up for what it means for John Kent. It also fits in some of the last stuff that Brian Bendis and Philip Kennedy Johnson were writing for John before Tom Taylor took over, and that was him realizing that he doesn't have to do it exactly like his father did, and we are seeing him adapt the Superman role to fit him, and adapt it, which means he's a little bit more of an investigative reporter for the truth, as well as being Superman, really honoring both his parents really well, as well as setting something up for his own self to become his own man. Taylor also continues building out John's own original rogues gallery, fully revealing the Rising and Bendix's team to combat not just John, but the entire superhero community, which feels fitting for a Superman book, being that most of Superman's villains, at least Clark's villains, were also villains that the Justice League would have trouble with, so it's fitting that he would now fight villains that would give the Justice League trouble. I think that's pretty cool. With the villains' plans mostly revealed, I'm very much looking forward to John's team up with Nightwing in the next issue of Nightwing and this book, and what he will learn from his friend about being a hero and what he can do. Sian Tormey continues on the book with just some brilliant Superman action and heroics. I loved his reveal of the Rising and how Bendix did it like he was revealing like the new game console or phone out that year. Just this flashy, expensive conference that looked great and showcased the new team members really well. I quite like all of the designs and sort of matching uniforms, they look pretty cool. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 7 was a brilliant step forward in John's journey as a hero, setting him up to become something different to how his father dealt with being Superman, as well as revealing some of the new villains his rogues gallery will no doubt be filled with. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 7 finds the Gamorra Corp surround Superman as he asks who their dead teammate was. He learns his name was Sparks as he wants to take him to the shore, but the team tell him of the monster. Aquaman says that the Leviathan wasn't rampaging before they attacked, and Superman tells him that if they wish to help, then they have to wait for him to get back. Henry Bendix, meanwhile, through the team's eyes, watches Superman leave, telling his text that he wants to show the world what they are capable of, demanding the monster be killed. The team open fire on it, blasting it back as Superman races back to help Aquaman, who uses his water-bending powers to throw the Gamorra Corp away into the air. The Leviathan suddenly jumps up towards its attackers as Jay and his people continue to record the battle from their boat, but soon think they should get out of there as the Leviathan hits the water, a giant tsunami building up between it and Metropolis, heading straight for the city. Superman calls for Aquaman, who knows that he can pull some of the water away, but not all of it, knowing with acoustic gravity waves, Superman might be able to quell the tsunami. However, the force he would need to generate would be impossible. Superman heads to the bottom of the ocean, unleashing a thunderclap, quelling some of the water but not enough as the water sweeps through the city. Superman, using his super speed, grabs everyone in the way of the tidal wave as Aquaman helps people already washed away by the water. He soon spots Jay, but the man tells him to go and do what he does best. As John freezes some water, Lex Luthor watches on, contacted by Henry, who knows that his city is getting a little damp. Lex knows that for a project called the Rising, there sure is some unfortunate amount of sinking, thinking that rebrand is in order. Bendix tells him not to worry since his people will deal with the monster, as meanwhile, another Gamorra Corp member is killed by the monster as they continue assaulting it. Jay knows that the death blow is coming, and while the creature that lived thousands of years and only awoke because it was suffering, it was killed simply because it existed. Superman stops the remaining Gamorra Corp member from hitting it, telling her that he is not fighting her or anyone, stopping the Leviathan as well. The woman says that Superman can end this right now and kill the creature in a matter of seconds, but Aquaman knows that Superman would never do that, knowing they missed the point of Superman entirely. John tells her that they have already lost 2 of their team members already and there have already been too many deaths because of it, wanting her to stop the attack and go to Metropolis and help the people. Bendix tells his people to head to the city since this can work with his plan, as Jackson tells John that the creature is angry and hurt, not knowing how they'll be able to turn her around, wondering if Superman can just push her in the right direction. John knows that she is too big and he is too small, and it would mean he would go straight through her if he tried to push on her. He knows he needs to make himself bigger, going to the bottom of the ocean and carving up a plot of land and bringing it to the surface, using it to carefully push the Leviathan as Aquaman leads it towards the depths. Arthur Curry soon arrives to meet them, telling Jackson that the ocean is vast and they'll find a new home for her. John tells him that the Leviathan is hurt, and Aquaman knows that she'll be okay now, and she's very grateful to both Superman and Aquaman. Jackson compliments Superman's work, knowing if it ever gets too much for him on the surface, John is always welcome to live under the sea with him. Superman returns to the city, where Jay knows that despite all his sight powers, Superman can only see the life that was lost. Cameras begin snapping pictures and video as the last Gamorra Corp member confronts Superman, telling him that he could have stopped this and killed the creature in seconds before it was a threat, and none of this would have happened to Metropolis. John apologizes, flying away from the city, as the next day in Gamorra, Henry Bendix gives a speech to the world's corporations and business people, telling them about how the day before, thanks to Superman's actions, many died and millions of dollars of damage was done to Metropolis, all because he chose to protect a monster over humanity. He knows John Kent explained recently to a prominent businessman that he knows that the world needs saving, and he's right, but he knows it needs saving and protecting. But they now live in a world where their base weapons and defenses are useless thanks to the world being under the actual control of the Justice League and other heroes. He tells the people to invest in this change he wishes to bring, wanting to ensure their safety isn't dependent on the whims of aliens and freaks. He reveals Gamorra has been developing its own post-humans, and while the other governments have tried things like the likes of the Suicide Squad, he has taken it to the next stage. He reveals his new soldier team, revealing that they are all controlled by his mind and his mind only, and are effectively drones. He speaks directly through them, showcasing that he has total control over them and their powers, and they will be used to destroy and discredit the aliens and Amazons, replace the ocean dwellers and Dark Knights, and much more. He welcomes everyone to the Rising, as later on, John watches Jay's broadcast about the recent events, thanking him for his kind words. Jay knows that he was just reporting the truth, since that's kind of his organization's name. He knows that it was a hard day for John, who knows he might take Aquaman up on his offer to live under the ocean. John knows that he did save far more people than he lost, but people aren't just numbers. John talks about the job offer Jay gave him, but Jay jokes about how he would be Superman's boss and there would still be a definite power imbalance in their relationship. John tells him that being one of the most recognizable people on the planet is a lot, and he was thinking of all the good the Truth are doing as well as the anonymity that they provide, thinking that he would be up for doing some good work and doing it behind a mask. Jay asks if he really is serious about this, and John tells him it's either that or live at the bottom of the ocean. He kisses Jay as the man welcomes him to the truth, knowing they're going to piss off a lot of powerful, corrupt people who have had it easy for too long, something Superman finds perfect.